Hey, that's pretty good actually. First try. That was pretty good. You might have to keep that one. Welcome back, everybody. Hi to whoever's watching, or hi to myself, because this is my docu-series on my quest to clear debt. This is called episode 5, and we're here. So welcome back, everybody. This might be a shorter video than usual because I think right now we're just in the middle, the meat of just trying to be consistent with my weekly goal of just paying off $200 per week to get to my goal of paying $800 of my debt this month. So not a lot of life changes, not a lot of updates really. It's just been kind of just smooth sailing for the most part this week. So yeah, so let's just get back into it. So as usual, we're gonna do a little boom right here, what we did for last week. So we still got our Southwest card, just kind of slowly going at that a little bit right now. As you see in the next picture, you'll see I think I'm gonna switch up my strategy with that just a tad bit, just so we can kind of maybe get the ball rolling on that too as well. But yes, we have our slate card. We're at 2,400 here, and then over here you see another $200 has been paid off. And then I think you noticed that the amount on my Southwest card went up a little bit because of interest. The good old interest. Love you down, sarcastically. So I think so. Again, we're gonna put another $200 down towards my slate card. So we'll have that down to $2,000, which is pretty exciting. And then for our Southwest card, I calculated the interest for this previous month, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add, because I've been just kind of doing like minimum payments, like $50 here and there. I think I'm going to raise that a little bit to about $87, $88. So I'm actually kind of paying off, a little bit more of the credit card, and I'm also, taking onto the account that the interest is going to be added onto that as well. It's because I don't like how I'm paying a little bit of it, but yet my my amount is higher than it was before. That doesn't make any sense to me, right? It doesn't make sense to you, right? So I think I feel comfortable enough that we can raise that a little bit, so then we can actually make some, a good amount of payments onto that. So, but yeah. So that's where we're going with that this week. Again, like I told you from the last video, I signed a contract with my accountability partner stating that I will have to pay $800 towards this credit card this month, and then I'll be able to take myself out to a nice little dinner or so. So that's pretty exciting. Speaking of, guys, whoever's watching, I kind of want to show you guys how fast you can really start paying off debt, or show you guys looking at if you have like a good amount of debt and you feel kind of overwhelmed, just how fast you can really start paying stuff off if you focus and have a game plan and stuff like that too. So here's a picture. As you can see, this is from last month. This is the beginning of July. So you'll see I have my slate card, or I have my Southwest card, my slate card, and my PayPal. And as you can see, I was at $3,000 in debt on my credit card. And this week I'll be down to $2,000. That was last month. You know what I'm saying? So just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of how quickly you can pay off debt, and how quickly, if you just focus on just one thing at a time, how quickly it goes, especially if you have multiple accounts or debts. Like if you just focus on one, you start getting the ball rolling a little bit, and you can, you see how quickly you can start paying stuff off. So that's pretty exciting. I just looked at that yesterday. I was like, oh wow, I was at $3,000 yesterday too, or $3,000 last month. So that's pretty impressive, And then I also found something interesting. So just as fast as you can pay off debt is how fast quickly you can accrue debt. And I definitely found out a couple nights ago when I was going through my account. I was like, because I'll be honest with you, my Slate card I was at maybe, I think I was at maybe like 1,800, maybe like a few months ago. And then now, I went to 3,000. I was like, what happened? What actually happened? So I looked, and so I went to Tampa at the end of July, and I don't remember using my credit card that much, but what had happened was my Uber is attached to my credit card. And I was in Tampa. I was kind of in the outskirts of Tampa, so I was taking a lot of Ubers to St. Pete, just Ubers everywhere. What's that song called? Oh man, what a great song. Shouts to that rapper. I might have to listen to that song. Uber everywhere. Yes, but I calculated, I spent about almost 500, I was there for maybe 4 or 5 days in Tampa, Orlando. Yeah, I was there for 4 days. Over $500 in Ubers. So yeah, I definitely need to take that card off my Ubers immediately, because yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh. So I'm really thinking, like, if I have like some extra money accrued over at the end of the month, I might just throw that into the account just to kind of maybe reset my credit card, because I was just so shocked at how much I spent. So like I said, just a little transparency, just showing you guys again how fast you can accrue debt and how fast you can start paying it off if you just focus and stuff like that too. So, but like I said, this week, being consistent, keeping my head focused on the goal. Gonna have $200 paid off. It's gonna be down to 2,000. Hopefully to have it down to 1,800 by the end of the month, which is pretty exciting. And then next month, do it all again. Get it down to 1,000. Well, then that would be in September, and then hopefully in October we'll have that thing paid off. And then look at that. On to the next one. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do the YouTube thing right now. If you guys have any comments or tips that you'd like to share with me or with anybody that's watching this video, again, we're still a small channel over here, but again, if you have any tips for me, like I said, I'm so open for any type of advice or anything like that can help. I watch a lot of like Dave Ramsey stuff and financial stuff too, but anything that can maybe help add like some more income. I'm trying to think of some ideas to maybe add some income to get this thing paid off more. So any advice of that would help. But if not, thank you guys for checking me out, and I'll see you guys next week, and we're gonna have our account down to $2,000. So see ya.